I have a husky, so you want a husky too. Now, let me tell you, you may not want a husky. Now, here's my boy. He's a cute little ball of fluff. But, he's pretty chill now. But he's not been always like this. In fact, that's the first thing you should be aware of, which is one of the biggest complaints, is they are too hyper. They have too much energy, and that's absolutely true. When I got him, when he was 2 month old, he basically was full of energy. He had so much energy. I had to basically spend, bless you. I had to spend time with him pretty much 24/7. And I'm not kidding when I say that. Let me see your eyes. And I'm not kidding when I say that, right? Because the first a month or two, I was basically spending time with him every single day, every single hour. I didn't work a job at the time, so I didn't really have to worry about going to work. So I spent that entire month or so training him. So that's the first thing, is just gonna have to get used to, for the first pretty much 2-3 years, they are going to have so much energy. They're going to destroy everything in your house, and they're going to chew on stuff. For example, he chewed out my windowsill. He chewed out, some of my flooring. He destroyed all of the door stoppers. I can't tell you how many shoes I've had that were destroyed by him. He also ate some of the flip-flops in my house, just anything that he can find. And that's all with me, running him at least an hour or two every day when he was a pup. But here's the good news. They do get better. See how chill he is now? Yeah, he gets a lot more chill after maybe 3, 4, takes down a notch. And then after they get to about 6, 7 years old, at least in my case, they really become a lot more chill. Okay, yeah. So the second thing is, you absolutely have to focus on training. Huskies are really smart dogs. They're not easy to train. So he was not an easy dog to train. So I had to spend a lot of time on him. What do I mean by that? You first need to find out what your husky likes. What is he motivated? Now, I got lucky because he was very motivated by treats, food, right? So I had all kinds of treats and food, and some of them higher value, such as a piece of steak, some of them, or a piece of chicken, some of them lower value to him, even some kibbles. He was actually even motivated by kibbles. So you really want to use that and be consistent. I'll probably get into more of that later, but he's a very well-trained husky. I spent a lot of time training him. You just got to really be consistent. Wait for him to do the right thing, right? Start with obedient training, things like sit, things like a down, go into a down position, things like, being able to follow you. The follow part's going to be pretty difficult. I still have challenges. And the other thing is, do not let your husky off leash, especially when you're dealing with a younger husky. He will run away. And that's the third thing, right? A lot of people are, saying that they're disloyal, they run away. That's not really been my experience. Now, don't get me wrong. My boy over here, he has run away from me many, many times. Many times. He has hopped the fence. He has tried to dig under the fence and actually dug through pretty good. Wasn't enough, to escape. I caught him. Just basically, I left the door open. He ran away, right? All of those situations. But at least in my situation, from my experience, he's not disloyal. He's actually very loyal. Many times when I see him run away, he's actually trying to find me. So a lot of times I left him at home. That one time I realized what it was. I was actually in another room in the house. He didn't know I was in another room. So I left the door open. He ran away. He ran away, and then as soon as I realized that, I ran out to try to get him. So what happened was he was actually in a neighborhood, right, looking for me. He was sniffing behind every fence. He was looking around in people's garages, running down the street back and forth. As soon as he saw me, his face lit up. He was happy to see me. So that's when I realized, a lot of times they're not disloyal. They're just wanting to find out where you went. And most of the time when I leave, I travel by car. But they don't understand that. He does not understand how fast cars travel. So they get lost. The other thing is they're very curious. So he ran away one time because he saw a deer. And another time I was suspecting that he probably saw some other animal, such as squirrel or whatever. So he ran away. So be careful with that. They are very curious, and then they get lost. They're not as smart, at least not on that front. They run away. They get carried away by some random animal, and they get lost. So the next thing is that you gotta really watch out is they shed like crazy. See all of this? See all this? Like, this is nothing. This is not even shedding season. Not even shedding season, okay? Get used to, if you want a husky, get used to having a bunch of fur all over your place. I'm actually slightly allergic to dogs, more than slightly. So it's always been a struggle for me, but I'm not getting rid of this guy. No way. So, yeah, the vacuum cleaners. I've gone through so many different brands of vacuum cleaners. They all get stuck, pretty much within a couple of, okay, he wants me to pet him. They all get stuck. So the only thing that I found that really worked consistently is Shop Vac. I'm not sponsoring. I'm not being sponsored or anything like that. I'm just talking about a product that I was able to use. So that's that. They just shed. They just really shed. So if that bothers you, definitely watch out. Yeah, and well, I guess okay. All right. I guess that's it for today. Remember, if you want your husky happy, give them a lot of exercise. Keep them mentally stimulated, right? And spend time with them and train them. Obedience training is key. All right, that's it.